For video editing, as an editor, do you become like kind of well established in the YouTube industry, or is it like because you worked for King Corfish and then you became Dylan's editor, and then you said you did stuff for Alphared, is like based off of networking, or did you have to like kind of get the connections yourself? Like, was it like Dylan or Ryan told you to work for Dylan, or you had to go yourself to get that job?
So I think it does. If you're snazzy with it, you can like build a repertoire for yourself.
Mm-hmm.
It's so cool how that works. I like it because I worked for Ryan, who you're familiar with Core 4. He was like the smallest out of the 4, I think.
Yes.
But I think like it was a matter of like him just showing me off to his friends, and then me building up more of a repertoire of Ryan. I eventually met all the people that he works with in person, and then at a certain point, I think with Dylan, it got complicated. So Ryan took like a hiatus for a while, and it was very abrupt. It was I can't give any details, but I was just kind of like, well, I have nothing to freaking do. So it gave me a good opportunity to like just like throw my hat out there into the ring. Like I was on Twitter. People be like, hey, I'm looking for these commissions. I'm looking for these commissions. I did sprite work for people for like little stream alerts. I did a bunch of one-off edits for people, and I think you get your rep up a little bit, especially because people don't recognize how valuable editors are. Editors have way more power than a lot of them know half the time, because like to find a good one that's also, I think at the time too, I wasn't like 17. I was looking for a job, so I had a clear work ethic. I had like, it was my top priority. For other people in college, it's like, oh, you still have to balance like classes. I'm on the back burner. For me, I was someone that had a good work ethic. I had, not to stroke myself here, but like I had talent in some regard, and I think I was like a reliable person. So like that word of mouth got around to a point where then people were starting to hit me up. So I think all it takes is like one good string with a client. Especially one that can talk you up to other people that likes to brag, like, yo, look at my editor that I got. Because sometimes it can be like a brag-worthy thing, which I think is funny, and I think that's how I kind of built myself up. With Alphared specifically, I just filled out an application, and then just submitted my work, and then he was just kind of like, hey, like, you're good, like, let's do this. But for most of the Pokemon community, a lot of it was word of mouth. And like people coming to me like, hey, I heard you're nice with it. Like, would you be down to do this for me? And I'm like, sure.
Yeah, with King Court, because I used to watch all the boys back then, back in my college days, back when I was a young lad. Yeah, even though he was the smallest, I know a lot of people were like, oh, but I see a lot of potential in you, young laddie. And so it was just like, that goes to show again, like the numbers really didn't matter. It was just like his personality was always outshined. I do see he still goes on hiatus and whatnot. I think he's still is it that he's his own editor now or something like that? Because I do see he doesn't really do as much as other people.
I don't really know, to be honest. That's like his prerogative, I guess.
Yeah. But what I was gonna say is that I also see like the other ones are just like y'all's well, they doing PokeTubing still, which is kind of crazy. PokeTubing atmosphere is something else, that's for sure. And the way they're going about with the ideas is you really gotta be really innovative with this PokeTuber stuff. It's just like Pokemon, but you have to do like, there's only 5 Pokemon, but X, Y, and Z. It's just like, oh my god, I don't know how inventive you can get with Pokemon at this point. Like, at this point, you gotta make your own Pokemon game to stay relevant, low key. But I think it's kind of interesting too, is just because how much they've been going out there, and like Vinny, he made Vintenland or something like that.
Nintendo,
yeah. And I'm just kind of like, wow, these boys are going out there and doing some crazy work. So it's just very interesting to see how everyone's career is going. So yeah, how has it been seeing each other's journey like from the beginning to end and continuously?
I mean, I think in regards to like a lot of the friends that I have that do Pokemon stuff, you can see everyone, like, you could see people who adapted and how that worked out for them. Like, you're talking about how you watch Core 4. That's not really a thing anymore.
Yeah.
You know, like, when was the last time they did a project? And that's because, like, Let's Plays are just kind of dead.
Yeah.
I think live streaming took over. Yeah. But you can see that, like, people like Dylan and Vinny kind of adapted those, like, then we fight type of things. And that's, like, they're not dead. You know, or Frank, I think's had the coolest. Frank's like one of the best creators out there.
He does some
now,
crazy stuff.
in my opinion, it's awesome. Yeah, he's my creative rival, whether he's conscious of it or not. Like, I watch his stuff and I'm like, I want to be that good, and like he challenges me to do better, which is like so much cooler than friggin' randomizer Nuzlocke bullcrap.
I know. Yeah, he did like Persona that took off, and then he started changing his content, which was something that like we were talking about how like you either have the zero fans or like people who stick with you, and like he somehow made it work. Like he literally was like, I'm gonna play Persona, and he started having a huge boost like straight off the bat.
It's I think his big thing actually, because Persona and Pokemon, it's interesting how like, especially in the gaming space, like certain, I always joke to friends, I want to make a Venn diagram of like what series kind of like overlap and intermingle with each other. I think Pokemon and Persona, I think Pokemon has more in line with like normie anime stuff, like Shonen and Persona, than like general Nintendo. But that's a different discussion. And that's debatable too. I don't think I'm entirely correct in saying that, but it feels like that sometimes. But I think with Frank, he's actually a really interesting case study on how you can like adapt and evolve your career, because he did like this Let's Play stuff, and then he's doing what he does now, which I guess for anyone that's watching this that's uninformed, it's like these like pretty high concept, like once a month videos that like involve a lot of like use of Blender, a lot of use of like, it's just his own unique thing. He even uses his font that he uses is his actual handwriting. Like it's like these really cool videos. Everyone should check it out. But it didn't happen like overnight. Like first he tried doing kind of like then we fight style type of stuff, and you can see like this gradual evolution if you go through his whole filmography. I guess the word is his catalog. And it goes to show like he's a great example of someone that like kept throwing things at the wall, seeing what stuck, seeing what didn't, and finally evolving into something that's like much better than what we started out with. I think I did a similar journey, but I think it was weirder because I uploaded like once every 2 months and was editing for somebody else, and it was just more complicated. But he has like a much stronger through line in his little journey. So I think he's been like a really interesting person to watch. I love Frank.